Greetings. I want to continue reading my Benevolent Magic blog for you. This one was posted originally on Monday, January 23rd of 2006, and it's called Welcoming Change and Embracing It as Well. I'd like to put in a request this year. This year we will be having an election, and the election will be, of course, to re-elect our congressional representatives, and perhaps there will be others running for various offices as well. I'd like to request that we have this election without enemies, meaning that if you are voting for someone, that the other guys, whoever they may be, are not the enemy. I feel there is entirely too much of that kind of thought, feeling, and even passion in our country now. I feel it is best to remember that regardless of how different people are around us, that our country was meant to be an opportunity place for all peoples. It may not be exactly what it was when it first started, but in some ways that might be a good thing. When it first started, after all, it wasn't as if the peoples who now occupy this country and their forebears found a blank slate. There were people, there were places, and there were things. The immigrants were our forebears, came and found the people, places, and things, and over time they changed them to suit their own needs. In some cases, this was not a good change. In other cases, we are the recipients of that change, some of which is good. I'm not trying to judge or even provide a summary of history here. What I am saying is that many things went on in the past here, and other places that we could resent. Many things are even going on now that we could resent and rue. But there is another way to look at it. There is a universal awakening going on. I find that when people are waking up, whether it is physically or spiritually or mentally, all of the above even, that it is important to be gentle and nurturing. When people are waking up as they are now, I feel that the most important thing is to allow them to change. Change is what's happening now. I feel, and many agree, I know you do. Let's allow people to change. Let's not shove them into categories that they would not themselves claim. Let's not ask them to remain to be our perception of them or the perception that others have cast upon them. Let's allow people to become, and let's allow people to be people without expectations, attachments, and demands. We can all look back on our lives and remember some mistakes we made. Sometimes we feel shame, other times we feel hurt, and there are other feelings we all know about. People are changing now. It may not always be obvious, but it is there. I see the signs every day. Let's say a benevolent magic to support our own reaction to this change and to the capacity for change happening now. I recommend you say, I request that I have an open mind, a receptive heart, an acknowledging capacity for spiritual welcome and the welcome of my fellow beings in the most benevolent way, resulting in the most benevolent outcome. For those of you who'd prefer to say a living prayer, or would like to say it also on another day, I recommend you say, I am asking that in our time of change, allow evidence to be apparent regularly, that we can all see that will reassure us that much of this change is moving inevitably towards a unified earth, allowing us all to interact in the most benevolent way, and uniting us in human spirit, love, and caring for each other's needs, hopes, and dreams of benevolence for all. Good life to you all, and good night.